I'm Kev Stone. Welcome back to MotoGP 19 and the PTT Thailand Grand Prix. As Kev Stone is looking to join Arnold Canet, Mazia, Antonelli De La Porta and Tuba in the top 5, just ahead of McPhee. You've got Oboleno, Rodrigo, Vietti, Binder, Mino, Kornfeld, Arenas and Raul Fernandez, who seems to be good at qualifying. At least at the moment for Fernandez, it is a wet track, as you can see. It's going to make it interesting. It's a bit wide already, going on to the front stretch. And 5 possible laps in qualifying one to make it through in that top 4 and to learn this circuit as well. So it'll be interesting to see how much rear brake we can use then on the bike. Haven't really had to do this on a Moto3 bike or in the Red Bull Rookies Cup either, riding in the wet. So be good fun, especially into this hairpin. Let's really ease it in on this first lap. Should be a very good overtaking spot in the race. So the rear just slides when you get on the power. Kev Stone, he did some sliding last race, didn't he? His back wheel clipped twice on what could have been a possible even top 5, but more likely top 10 finish. Went out the window. So now he's got to battle back against Mino. And Suzuki as well. He's still keeping a watching brief for that battle for the top 5. His teammate Suzuki does a 53.3. So a bit wide from Stone there. And you can see Thailand, very modern facility here. And Barry Ram. There's a second back for Stone. We expect that on this first lap, but he really is just gingerly exploring the conditions. And Sasaki's probably not going to be the quickest, unfortunately. It's going to be at 52, maybe even a high 51 to make it through. So for Stone, first lap, 54.7. So top 4 at the moment. Let's end the session now. We've got the Spirit of Petrinas boys in. Get that checkered flag out now. He's got someone catching behind as well, which is not going to be very useful on this qualifying lap. We've seen it in the past for Stone, where he's actually had to race in qualifying. As I believe that is Ramirez, so we'll let Ramirez bite. Maybe just get it down to second, Stone, not first. Get that smooth exit. That's so much more important than trying to get in the power as early as possible in first. Because you're carrying the speed all the way to this left-hander. It's all clonks the inside curb. Just a 10th back of Sasaki, that's not too bad, but if we're just a 10th back, then how much quicker is Ramirez? As he's pulled around a second, it seems like, on this lap alone. So we're sliding 49.5 from Suzuki, now we're talking. The Stone's got to push much harder. 2.7 back. Now in 18, Thailand, because it was a new circuit as well, was one of the easiest. So again, a bit like Mugello, I expect it to be much harder. There's out the final quad. Here we go, Vinette. Ramirez, 49.1. So in fact, he's like 3.5 seconds quicker than Stone. We maybe have to stay that first corner in further, so on the third lap now. But it is quite a simple circuit as well. Reminds me of the Red Bull Ring in simplicity, though. You've got the long straights, got the hairpin corners, but the middle sector's kind of flowing. But there's a short lap as well. Like in the dry, it'd be easy low 40s rather than high 40. So you can really use that curb. That's something useful to remember for the race. So 1.7 back for Stone. Very wide there. Again, just using all the curbs he can. Tries to get on the power. Front is just sliding though. Again, we've got the dry setup on. He is not doing any favours to Stone as he's last at the moment. Be flat out. No lifting. Go towards the final corner. Just braking early. Not got his braking points nailed. There's 3.5 seconds back of Ramirez. On his fourth lap, where is he going to find all this time? Just goes wide there. Now he's got someone else on his arse. Just what he needs. But in one corner, effectively, they're gaining 7 tenths. 6 tenths. Whoa, what are you doing? Is that Alonso? Or Garcia? Chopping the nose off of Stone. It was back wheel last race, now it's going to be front wheel here in Thailand. Yeah, as good as that slipstream. It's 1.4 back. He's lost almost a second, and again, just effectively a corner or 2 corners. Hard on the power, oh my god. Talk about chasing the bike. Bike wants to send him to Nazareth though. 2.1 back, 48.8 for Suzuki. He's improving all the time. At least for Stone, this could be in the 50s, I guess. Maybe if he nails this last corner. Not quite. 51.3, 2.5 seconds back of Ramirez. So he's found a second. As this should be his 5th and final lap, but at the moment he's last. He needs every lap he can get at the moment, Stone. He's half a second back. But he's just Nico losing time to Estrella Galizia. They're done. They've Magello'd it, haven't they? Just made it much harder rather than just reasonable. They'd gone from one extreme to the other. .7 back. I mean, it doesn't help that we're riding in the wet as well. Which in Assen, if you remember, Stone was nailed him, but then again, Assen is one of the kinder circuits, it seems like. So, very wide again. 2.2 back. We're going until the checkered flags wave, so he's got maybe 2 laps left. So instead of the usual 5, it's going to be 7. Well, where are you going, Stone? You're not going to pit lane. Absolutely horrible end to the lap. That might have cost him another lap actually as well. This might be his last chance. Someone's coming out of pit lane at probably the worst time. About 30 seconds too late, unfortunately, for him to set at that time. But green stuff does actually slow you down as well. It was pretty good. Is Stone going to qualify last here in Thailand? It's about as a simple circuit like Austria. Then Stone can't even get out of the back row. Yeah, we get it, bike. It's not very nice round it. Guess it doesn't help that Stone is kind of using the every shot he can around it. Like every corner. Maybe he needs to adjust gearing as well because he's using the Le Mans setup. Seems to have done him no favours, unfortunately, around it. It's really out the final corner. As Ramirez, Suzuki, Foggia and Onchu make it through just ahead of Fanati, Ugara and Sergio Garcia on the 7th row. Then you've got Sasaki, Booth, Amos and Sanak on the 8th. And you've got Lopez, Masaki and Yurchenko on the 10th. And on the back row, Rossi, Perez and look at Stone, 3/10 back. Don't even need to look at the warm-up lap. It's a wet race. Everyone's got the same tyres as get underway from last for 11 laps. And the tyres are incredibly tough as Onchu with a poor start. As after, was it 7 laps he did or 6? He only had like 10% wear, so Stone taking the pit lane line. As he made up 3 places, chasing at least the top 20 to get the team objective, but maybe more. The bike just did not stop. Look how everyone's on bike stop apart from Stone's. But he gets the exit. Back up to 28th. We're making progress again. As Antonelli and Canet battle over first. As well, where's the bike going? Again, just not stopping for Stone. He has changed gear into the Austin setup. I'm not sure if that's just not helping. But Austin gearing. Now he's got 3/10 because he decided to be a lawnmower. It's a part-time job. Oh my god, where's the bike going again? Front end. This is not the setup for the wet. Not at all. Bike's not stopping. Gearing seems to be totally out of whack. Could be lucky not to finish last, Stone. As he makes a desperate dive. Makes it work back up to 28th. As it was on, she had the poor side. He's back up to 24th ahead of Booth Amos, though. Stone gets the slipstream, so at least he's got the straight line speed now as Ramirez up to 11th. Ahead of McPhee. Mino into the top 5 ahead of Tuba. Stone gets ahead of Masaki. So there you go, he gets the bike stopped. As he sees Rossi and Booth Amos battling in front. Maybe he wants a piece of that action. Just looking at that. God, it's a long race. 11 laps of this. That's right, there we go. Stone around the outside, maybe. Had to get off the front brakes. Again, they're just locking. Cannot push this bike to the limit in these conditions. Once again, had another couple of tenths to the total. At least it's quicker than qualifying, I guess. That's the only thing we can say about this performance so far. Like, he's not last. If everyone's still close this way, could still nick a point, maybe. He tries to make the move. No quarters given, and he's actually lost the place to Masaki. 49-7, 51-8. As Yachenko did the block there. Oh, Stone had to let off, otherwise he's going into the back of the Kazakhstan rider. Once again has to take the pit road line. Not really gaining some slipstream on him. God, this bike is so beautiful when you get on the power. As I said, this is with the longer gearing from Austin as well. As Ramirez charging like an animal up the order, up to 8th now at Vietti. Absolutely got his racing boots on. So there you go, Stone. You finally got it into that corner. Cost you like 3 tenths, but see, it's just worth it just outbraking yourself and going wide. There you lose any time. And for once, he's taken that right-hander as well. Nothing added to the taddy. Or to the tab, shall we say. Tried to set up this move on Booth Amos. Oh my god, where's the bike going? The 49.44 for Suzuki, 51.6. At least it's only 2 seconds off the pace rather than 2.5. He says through gritted teeth. No, we're not having that, mate. You're not taking us around the outside. Okay, get out of here, Yachenko. We're not being mugged. Like an absolute fool in the first corner. We're gonna Verstappen you. Get out of here. It's on shoot, back into the top 20. Again, Yachenko, nice try. As Ramirez up to 7th ahead of the 2, but that's an amazing job in the Spaniard. Then look at the on-shoot up to 18th ahead of Fernandez. Now I do wonder if maybe they made. Again, they've made adjustments to the AI, to our opponents. I'm not sure. They maybe made them harder again. I already made them harder, but they just cranked up again. Maybe. I turned it to 11. Well, I turned it up to 12, shall we say? It's already at 11. But then if you're a pro, you want it at 15 probably. Or one of the top A guys. Thanks for tipping us right there. Let's set our smooth run off the corner there to catch up the Booth Amos. So once again, you're just getting shoved wide. 51.4, and that's despite losing a couple of tenths thanks to Yachenko. Looks like Masaki's finally got ahead of them, so maybe be no issues for Stone as he got into the 5th lap. You know, he's got no slipstream. Everyone behind's got the slipstream. It's Onchu up to 17th for the arena. So they definitely have adjusted some riders, such as Onchu. So we're getting tapped from behind. Stone down to last. Enough of that from Perez. Yeah, enough of that. Back up to 27th. The problem is, where we're quick, we're slow to them. Oh, sorry, where we're quick, they're slow. And where we're slow, look, they're just helping no one. So we're getting shoved wide. We're still 3 wide, guys. No, we're losing a second to Masaki. Come on, think with your heads. Yeah, get out of here, Janko. Had enough of you. Chief Agitator. I think it's your title after this race. $52.8, seriously? That's what we get when we just get shoved around. Again, we're taking the pit lane line. Where's the flip off button? Flip him off. We're going for first. Or 27th. Onchu's virtually into the points now. KTM. Stay report up to second ahead of Canet. Stone's still battling arse with Perez. We might have to look at, again, the difficulty after... What's next up? Motegi, isn't it? If it's like this in Motegi, we just have to adjust things because this is ridiculous. Get back on track, Stone. Well, we're battling like hell just to stay with last place. With Perez. That's how far we have fallen since the patch. Once again, Milestone incredibly useful, but not mentioning how they've adjusted AI and how they've done things. Just that they've done things. One of these days, that would be actually useful in a changelog, like, you know, other companies do. Like almost every other company does. 51.8, we've lost over a second. How are they gaining half a second in that first sector? Is that because they're running traction control and we're not? Just thinking out loud, because I know they do run our opponents with assists. And so have they just amped that up? Maybe? Or is it just a straight line speed thing again, where they've just increased the straight line speed again? Oh my god, that was all over the curbing. Stone, he's taking his own circuit. He's given up. He is literally giving up now. To be fair, an hour gone, we're still kind of where we should be with this bike. I'm not sure if they've adjusted this bike as well. Like, have they made it a bit lower on the totem pole. And the way it was at Silverstone and kind of mid-season was about right, because this bike has won races. Like, it actually has won with McPhee in real life. But it should be where it is fully developed. Well, I can only apologise for that race, as we're just so far off the pace, there's no point continuing. We were really struggling just to keep up with Perez. So, Antonelli won by almost 3 seconds ahead of Delaport, and then Canet, Mazia and Suzuki. We've got Mino, Ramirez, Tuba, Vietti and Binder round out the top 10 ahead of Rodrigo. McPhee scores some more points, Arbolino, Cornfield and Foggia in 15th. Just ahead of Onshu, who did not get back into the points by 1.4 seconds. And Fanati, Renes, Fernandez and Sergio Garcia rounds out the top 20. Sasaki in 23rd. And just look at how fast is that. We're almost 3 seconds off the pace. That says it all. As in the Riders' Championship, then Delaport leads by 22 points ahead of Canet. Then Antonelli 35 points back. Mazda definitely out of it, 76 points behind. Then we've got Mino 18 points ahead of Stone. Now he's just a single point ahead of Suzuki. He's dragging himself back into that top 5 fight. Then we've got Ramirez in 8th ahead of Rodrigo and Tuba. If only Ramirez knew how to qualify, he'd be so much better. He would be top 5 in the championship. Then you've got Binder, McPhee up to 12th ahead of Arbolino. It's got Fanati rounding out the top 20. They've still got 4 riders yet to score. And then in the teams championship, 8-point lead for Leopard ahead of Simoncelli. Then a 30-point lead over Capital Dubai, Max Racing, Petronas Spear to round out the top 5. Only 53 points behind Max Racing. If all 3 riders actually score points, that could become close. As Green Power and Honda Team Asia tied for 6th, VR46 up to 8th by 2 points ahead of Grassini. Sniker's dropping out of that battle for 6th. It looks like. So in the end, in qualifying and the race, just everything failed. Everything failed. The front brakes failed. Stone failed. Antonelli says he felt sorry for Stone pulling out after a couple of corners. A real shame, especially after doing so well during the weekend and knowing they've done so much work on the bike. I'm not sure who Antonelli was talking about. Maybe he's talking about McPhee by accident. And then he said, oh, it's Stone. Okay, yeah, I feel sorry for him. So maybe that's what Antonelli was saying. Has Shirota won in Moto2 over Marquez? And what a battle it was. So the Typhoon, the race goes to Dovizioso, who wipes away his opponents at Sepang. Yes, Sepang. It's across the border milestone. Maybe you need to look at that. So you've got Marquez finished in 2nd and Rins in 3rd. And corner a Typhoon in that region, that's not okay. So next up it is Japan, the Module Grand Prix of Japan around the Tringmu Motegi, which has been a decent circuit in the past. Somehow not finishing in Thailand is better than finishing 27th in Aragon. You figure that out. As hopefully Stone will return to form next time. And as I said, if things do not improve, especially in Phillip Island, because Phillip Island has been kinder in the past. So if that's gone to the other extreme as well, maybe need to change things for the last 2 races. But hopefully he can get some points, get back on track in that battle for the top 5. But thanks for watching, and we'll find out next time.